5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Left Side of the Brain. Peace, Jaguar fam. Fall semester is in. If you don't believe me, here is the proof and the evidence. The beautiful leaves. It symbolizes that nothing is here to stay forever, and that change is the only constant. And with each fall, there comes a resurrection. But nonetheless, this is my favorite time of the year. It has so much meaning to it. You see the leaves on the ground. It represents the beauty in life, the different variation of colors. It shows you that within everything, there is a lot of variations. Even if something is green, it's green, but then you see that underneath that green, you have all of this color and variation. You have the light represented in the leaves. You see the rainbow within the colors of the leaves. And it's such a beautiful season because you see so much metaphor all on the ground. These leaves, they just represent metaphors. You can pick out your own metaphor, but that's just my take on it. Channel update news before we get into today's topic. I've been busy with my book, so that's why, and I had a exciting birthday weekend. So if you was wondering, where's Left Side? I'm still around. I'm still on the mission, on the job, still taking care of business. So that's where Left Side is. And just let me get seated. But that's what I've been doing. I want to record right here today. Yes. Okay. Channel update. I've been busy working on the book. And I don't know if you noticed, but that's a synchronicity because right in front of me, people are working. They are constructing something. And I didn't even pre-plan that to happen. So that in itself is a confirmation that I am doing the right thing. I haven't posted in a couple of days because I have to organize some things in my life as far as the channel and my personal life as well. Again, this is what this season represents. It's the beginning of a new year. It represents change. You know, you can look at the fall season like when the body exfoliates skin and the dead skin cells, they fall off your body and then you grow new skin cells. So that's basically what the trees are doing. And like I said, so many metaphors that you can get out of this fall season. And behind me is a lady that's sitting on a bench, and I can kind of tell she is listening to me because I'm very sensitive to stuff. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. But this is what this season represents. So just like the season, Left Side is also taking a break. Not from the Jaguar channel, but the book. I have to release this book. And while we on this topic, I like to appreciate everybody who gave me a birthday shout out. Everybody who gave me a suggestion about how to do the book. A lot of people said I should do an audio book. Some people suggested I should do both. So I decided that I'm going to do both. An audio book and a hard copy. So that's what I'm gonna do. And let's get right into today's topic. Today I want to talk about leaving the past behind. And today's topic is brought to you by a situation that occurred to me. I have to move, y'all, for real. Let me move because I'm not feeling right in this area. Y'all just give me a second. See, when I do these videos, you seeing real time me operating in everything that we be speaking about. I'm using all of those techniques. See, when I feel the radars are on me and things like that, you know what? I'm not going to sit and question it. I'm going to just get up and I'm going to move somewhere else. Simple as that. You see, you can't bury these senses under the ground that the Creator gave you. If you don't use it, what good is it for? You see, I'm not going to sit and entertain foolishness coming from other people because I want to tell myself that what I'm feeling is not real when I know it's real. See, a lot of times you will doubt your senses because a lot of times the reason why you will doubt your senses is not due to you. Is due to programming, because you'll be saying to yourself, am I crazy for getting up and moving? You're not crazy. And the reason why, even me, the reason why you would second guess how you feel is because of other people. Because most people don't speak about things like this, that makes you say to yourself, well, maybe I'm crazy because the normal average, I'm not going to call them normal. You are normal. But the average person out here, they wouldn't get up and move nowhere if they felt something. So you are judging your judgments based upon what other people would do. And that in itself is a part of the organic portal mind frame or structure of thinking, the human prison bar way of thinking. And that's perfect for what we are speaking about today. Leaving the past behind, leaving the herd mentality. You see, I don't like people to hear what I'm saying. That's a part of the herd mentality. You see, when I'm doing videos and stuff, or even in my everyday life, I like to get away from the pack. I can't think when I'm surrounded by people. And that's why I was about to say, today's video is brought to you by an epiphany that I had the other day. I was laying across my bed, right? And I had woke up from a nap. And I was laying on the bed, and I woke up, and I was looking into the other room, and it felt so still. Everything just felt still. And it wasn't like a normal, like, waking up and just, looking out the window. It was different this time. Everything was just still. And I said to myself, you see how I just paused right now? That's how I was absorbing the situation. I was saying, wow, I am absolutely by myself. And I know that don't sound, I know you like, duh, you were in the house by yourself, but you really gotta get what I'm saying. Like, I actually embraced that I woke up from a nap and the house was just like still and quiet, and it was almost like I was in a trance state. And I was saying to myself, damn, I don't need nobody or nothing. And it just smacked me in my face like that. Like, here I am, perfect still, perfect peace, nobody bothering me, phone not ringing, no text messages. And everything was just in my hands. Everything was in my control. You see what I'm saying? And I was saying to myself, this is when you have complete control of yourself. Like when you by yourself, and I don't think y'all will get what I'm saying, because that's more of a personal thing that happened to me. But that silence just smacked me in the face. It just smacked me in the face, like, bah! And I was like, Jesus Christ. I don't need absolutely anybody. And that's a part of what I'm speaking about today, leaving the past behind. Because many times we get addicted to our routines. You see, we get addicted to our routines in life, and those routines, they create a sort of magnetic attraction, a magnetic revolution that keeps us in the circulatory system of everybody else. Because while I was having that epiphany, I was giving the revelation about the circulatory system of the body. And, the Spirit showed me, and it compared the circulatory system of the body with society. The system. Listen to what I'm saying. The circulatory system and the system. Okay? Where are you getting that left side of the brain? The circulatory system in your body, the blood is traveling in circles. It's doing the same thing over and over and over. You get what I'm saying? The blood is just traveling through your body. Your heart. It's been doing that since you've been living. The same pathways. So even our circulatory system is redundant. The same blood flow, the same blood channels, the same, and that blood been circulating through your body the same way since you've been breathing, since you've been living. So the Spirit was showing me that the system, the routine lifestyle that we get addicted to is the exact same way. We go about these same navigations through the city streets, the same circulatory movements throughout the cities that we live in, up and down the same streets. You see what I'm saying? It's a circulatory system. And that's why that loneliness is the breaking away from that routine. And that's what I'm about this year, man. I already consider this the beginning of 2019 because it's the fall time. And how I'm seeing it right now is I'm at a stage in life where me personally, I'm recreating my life. And you have to come to these stages in order to grow to the next level. You got to recreate your life and come from out of the mundane routine of the circulatory system. Because you'll get complacent. You see? So you have to leave the pack behind, because the pack, they are following a pattern. And these patterns that they follow, they not to the exit. The herd will never lead you to the exit. It takes oneself to find the courage to leave the pack. Don't doubt what your conscience tells you. That's a way of leaving the pack. trusting yourself. That's another thing about that word trust. And this might be going into two subjects, but I still have to touch on it. Even that word trust, it don't mean nothing. Because trust is really like blind faith. That's why you can't trust nobody in this world. Think about it. Trust. When you say, I trust you, what does that mean? How can you trust somebody else? You don't know what they're feeling on the inside. That's why you can only trust yourself. Anything outside of yourself is blind faith. Following the herd is blind faith, because you trusting that they will lead you down the right path. But have they did it thus far? No. The herd is circling and orbiting around the same path. And that's why we still stuck in the same place. I hear people, the latest thing now is voting. Everybody was on this vote thing this past week. Oh, go out and vote. The Democrats, we got to get the House back from the Republicans. Go out and vote. And I'm saying to myself, I'm not about to get caught up in that. You know? I don't exercise voting because to me, voting means, the word vote to me, it means violence on the earth. Because when you vote for somebody, you're just voting for another person to use violence and manipulation against you. What did we say? This world is controlled by violence and manipulation. I did a video entitled Violence and Manipulation. Go back and look at that video. So when you voting, you just voting for the next person to come to manipulate you. You just voting for the next person to come to use violence upon you. Because that's how they control the world. Through violence and manipulation. They manipulate the herd. And the herd, they fall right in line. They fall right in formation. And they march to the tune of the Pied Piper. So that's why I'm saying in this video, leave the past behind. Leaving the past behind, it means forming your own government inside of your mind. Meaning I dictate my movements. I dictate the way I move. I dictate the places that I want to go to. I dictate what I want to speak about on my channel. You see? Anything outside of that, you just another prisoner in an ant farm. And that's not what I teach on this channel. That's not what we are about. We about this individual loneliness, jaguar lifestyle. And that's how we move on this channel. Everybody speaks to each other. We meet up here on the YouTube, Instagram. We speak to each other. A lot of you inbox me. I never say who inbox me because I never do things like that. If somebody inbox me, it'll always be confidential. Whether you're a male or a female. Anything we do is confidential. And I like to keep it that way. Because this jaguar lifestyle is not about structure, far as human prison bar structure. This is a free will thing where we don't trust each other. We trust ourselves with the information that is dispensed from this channel. And that's how I would rather form a team. Because anything outside of these core concepts that we speak about, If you try to form anything else outside of that, you don't have nothing. Because what the herd follows, it changes every day. The trendy styles of today will change tomorrow. But what we come together on, it never changes. That's why we have a commonality that the world can never break. Because we come together based upon core principles and truths that we live by that never change. You see? Now, if this was a clothing and accessories channel, soon as I start promoting something that another person don't like to wear, guess what? They will unsubscribe because it's based upon trendiness and pop culture. But that's not what we are based upon. We based upon core concepts and principles that are anti-human prison bars. Okay? And this fits perfectly for what I'm speaking about today. You know? Look at you can see so many messages in the world around you. Just look at these trees. What do you get out of these trees changing? What do we say? That nature is the sanctuary. So many lessons. You know what I get from these trees changing right now? Like I'm changing my life right now. These trees are changing. But guess what? It's going to restart. It changed, but it's going to change back to being green next season during the springtime after the winter. It changes, but it's going to stay natural within its change, just like me. So when I change, I still stay fresh. I still stay natural. Like every topic that I do, it's always going to be natural. I'm going to switch it up sometimes, but it's always going to be real. Because that's the only reality. It's keeping it real. Not in a cliche, you know how they say keep it real. I don't mean like that. But when I say keep it real, I mean being true to yourself, staying lonely, because this is the only freedom. Like when I woke up the other morning and I was just looking into the living room and it was just still, and I was just stuck in a trance, man. It was like, and I know that seems bland. That's why I said it would have had to happen to you to really get what I'm speaking about. Like I woke up in this world of still quietness in my home all by myself. And that quietness was a revelation to me. Like I get revelations out of anything. All throughout the day, you know, my inner voice is speaking to me. You see, it tells me when I need to ease up off the gas. It tells me when I need to get such and such completed by this such and such deadline. Like I'm telling you now, I need to go ahead and complete this book. Because I want all of you to have some manifestation of everything that I'm speaking about. So when I get that book done, then this thing is official. Because I want each and every one of you to have a hard copy, an audio book. Then we can really start getting down. Because then all of us will have a manual with terminology and core principles that we can come together, you know, based on those things. And that way we can iron out all differences and we can be on the same page. And that's where I want to get us at. I want everybody who subscribes to this channel, I want each and every one of you to have a book, a handbook based upon everything we speak about. This will be our version of our Bible. You see what I'm saying? And the cool thing about it is, it's not biased, and it's not based upon anything that I can't explain. Because everything that I say, it can be backed up with a metaphor in nature. And that's how I'm writing my book. Every chapter, every verse, every sentence, it will have a metaphor and a parable to go along with it. Because all truths in nature are backed up by metaphors in nature. That's just how it operates. You see? So we individual blades of grass, you see, leave the past behind. We're going into 2019. Leave the past behind. I'm basically giving you a message that was given to me. Leave the past behind. It's time that we really ingest this information, and let's move forward into 2019, recreating a whole different life. That's right. And notice these videos. Have you noticed my videos? They have meaning and purpose to it. If you go back to video 1 all the way up to this one right now, this is why I call this a university, because this channel is really a free course on self-empowerment and how to escape human prison bars. That's basically everything that I talk about. That's the whole gist of this channel. Self-improvement, self-empowerment, and escaping the organic portal realm. That's the only thing I deal with on this channel. Because there is nothing else important to me other than that. You see? And that's pretty much all I wanted to speak about today, because I have some more information. I'm kind of reluctant to say everything because a lot of my new information is going into my book. I gave out some of it in this video when I spoke about the circulatory system of the body, how it, it's the same thing since we've been, born, blood flowing the same. Because that's also a metaphor of how we was built. We was designed to be mundane, but we don't have to be mundane. You got to understand that inside of our bodies is two natures inside of each and every one of us. It's a nature of following orders, and it's a nature to be creative. We have two natures inside of us. The creative nature is what I deal with on this channel. That creative nature is what you use to escape. If I lock you up in a prison, you couldn't escape the prison trying to go through the gate with the barbed wire and the lock. You would have to create some unordinary method to break out of the box. So that's when your creative prowess would come into manifestation. You see, that creation, and that's how it is on these jobs. Like, when you on a job, you can either escape the plantation and use your creativity to develop your own business, or somebody else is going to use your creativity to empower them. And that's all this whole world is based on, man. I'm being just real blunt right now. Like, it's all about that creativity. And that creativity is either going to be imprisoned in somebody else's dream, in somebody else's world, or you can take that same creative power and use it for yourself. That's what it's all about. And those are the two natures that's inside of us. You see, we got a nature to follow orders. Think about it. You got involuntary breathing that takes place. You see how I back up everything with a metaphor? That involuntary breathing inside of you, that's a part of your nature that's designed to take orders. And then you got a creative nature. That same involuntary breathing is built inside of the same nature that is able to dance, create dances, and to create songs, and to create poetry and whatever. So yeah, keep that in mind. Next time you find yourself in a box, think to yourself, what can I do with my creative nature that's just like the creator? What can I do with this creative nature to leave the herd behind, to leave the past behind, and to develop my own new life? Because your new life will be developed primarily with your creative nature. And that's what it's all about, man. And with that, I like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, hit the likes button, add us on Instagram if you haven't added us yet. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. Thank you for all of the recommendations concerning the book. And also on this video, if you have any recommendations about the Blog Talk radio show that I was speaking about, let me know in the comment section. Or any other recommendations that you have about the channel. Any way that I can make the channel better. Any topics you want me to speak on. The live stream. Anything that you want to tell me as far as merchandise I can sell. Oh yeah, like the shirts. Anything like jumpers. What can I do to improve the channel? Because again, this is the Jaguar family. We are a team. So let me know, like, how can we improve this channel overall and just make it better for all of us? Until we meet again, this left side of the brain signing out. Peace.